Okay, just to revise, this is your array. Okay, so what is the initial value of top when your stack is empty? What's the value? -1. Okay, so initially it is -1. Suppose I say push 10. Okay, what will happen? Where will be top? If I say push 10, value of top will be at 0 and 10 will be inserted here. Okay, that I think everyone knows, no? So this will be push 10 and top will be 0. Okay, similarly if I again push 20, 20 will come here and top will be here, and so on. We can keep doing this, right? This was 20, so we can keep doing that. You all know that concept. If I say pop, what will happen? 20 gets deleted and top will get decremented, right? This is what we are learned using stacks using array. Okay, now we want to implement stacks using linked list. Okay, so if you are going to implement stacks using linked list, first of all, what will be the structure of a node in stacks using linked list? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me what will be the structure of a node? When we were learning a linked list program, we learned no what is the structure of a node. Can we use that same structure of that node? Do we need to change the structure of the node? No. Okay. We don't need to change the structure of a node. We can use that same structure that you have learned. Okay. So like Shubham and Vadiraj has already put it in the chat. You can use the data part and the link part. Okay. You can have the same structure of a node. So in your program, when you're going to write a program, you're going to declare first your header files. Okay. I'm not writing now anything. First, you're going to declare your header files. Then you're going to declare the structure of a node. The same way you are declared in your linked list program. So once you have declared the structure of a node, then you can go on to write the push and the pop functions, the main function, and so on. Okay. So let's see now if I wanted to push a value into a linked list. Okay. So here for reference, I'm keeping the stack using array also, so that simultaneously I'll understand what is happening with respect to a linked list. Okay, this part is not needed for you, but I'm just keeping you so that because you know this concept, to show you how the linked list stack also works. Okay, so initially here when we say in stacks using arrays, if the stack is empty, value of top should be equal to -1. In a linked list, if stack is empty, what should be value of top? Can anyone tell me? In a linked list, suppose stack is empty, what should be the value of top? Correct. It cannot be -1, Ronan. We are doing linked list. Okay, correct. So it will be null. It will be null. Like your friends have just mentioned. Ashraf, Vadiraj, Luke, and Nadia, Gauravi. Okay. So if in a linked list you're going to mention that your stack is empty, your value of your top will be equal to -1, null, sorry, it will be equal to null. Okay, I hope you're noting down what I'm telling. If your stack is empty using linked list, then you're going to check for this condition, value of top will be equal to null. So therefore in your main program, when you start, this variable, this pointer top, this will be a pointer. Okay, and this will be a pointer. Now we used to, in our linked list, we used to call this pointer as q. Okay, when we learned the program q. But because it's a stack, we are implementing a linked list now as a stack, we can call q top. Okay, because it's easier for us. So you can call it as top. Initially your top will be equal to null. Okay, so in your main program, you need to initialize it equal to null before you start with your actual push and pop functions. Okay, so once you set your top equal to null, then you can call your push function. Okay, you can call your push function. So now in your push function, okay, what will you need to do? First of all, suppose I want to implement this push. I want to push the value 10. I want to push the value 10. So this 10 is the data part. Okay, 10 is the data part. So suppose we have declared the structure of a node. I'm writing the structure here. Okay, so suppose I declared the structure of a node like this, where we are having int data and then we are having struct node next. This is my structure of a node. And then I have declared here one pointer. That pointer will be, instead of q, we are going to call it as top. Okay. So this is my structure of a node for a linked list. Okay. So we are going to use this same structure to allocate, to do push and pop. So now suppose after I initialize my stack as null, that means my linked list as null, nothing is there in the stack. Now I want to do the push. Okay. So when I'm doing the push, now what are the steps? Let's discuss so that you can write the program after. Okay. I want to push this value 10. Okay. So if I want to push the value 10, now we're going to, first of all, we're going to store it in a node. Okay. Do we have the node with us right now? Do we have the node with us? No, we don't have a node. So what will be the first step according to you all? What will be the first step? Create the node, right? Create the node meaning what? How you create the node? How you create the node? Using what function? You will use the malloc function. Okay? You will use the malloc function to create the node. So now inside this is your push function. Okay, let me write here. This is your push function. So inside the push function, your first step could be, okay, your first step could be using a temporary pointer like temp or something. Okay, you allocate memory. I'm not writing the entire code. So you allocate memory for the node. So you're basically going to create a node using malloc. Okay, so you're going to create a node. So let me draw the node for you here. Okay, in the side here I'll draw the node. So using malloc, you have created a node here. Okay, so this node is pointed to you by the pointer t, you can say. So you can okay, so we call this as t. So basically what you're going to do, allocate memory, and that memory will be having some address. Okay, now by now you know that, so I'll just write it, but you should understand even if I don't write this address. So P is allocated at this address 5600. Okay, now I want to store this value 10 there. So what else I need to do? What else I need to do? I want to store 10 here in the data part. So what I need to do? Yes, students. How will I store data there? Directly should I do t arrow data JDAL, or should I take the input and store it in some variable first? Should I directly store it in the node, or store it in some variable? Okay. So Gauravi says store it in some variable num. Okay. So fine, we'll do that. So here in your next step, after you have allocated memory, what you'll do? We'll take the input, okay, and store it in some variable. Store it in variable. Okay. So that variable, now as Gauravi says, she wants to store it in a variable num. Okay. So you can store it. Let me just write it down here. So you want to store it in a variable num. Okay. So basically here you will take the input using a scanf, and here in your variable you will store the value as num equal to 10. Okay. So in the first step you allocated memory. Now you have stored it in a variable num. What will be your third step? Is 10 got stored in your node? Okay. After that, what you're going to do? You store it in the, you're going to say T arrow data equal to num, like Vadiraj and Gauravi has said. Okay. So how we are going to store the data in the node? This 10 has to go here. Okay. So what you're going to say? T arrow data equal to, okay. So this will store your data in the node. So here it will be 10. Okay. 10 will come here because of this. Okay. Because of this T arrow data equal to num. Now, what else should happen now? Look at this node. This is your stack. Okay. This is your linked list which is being implemented as a stack. Now, what value should come here in the next part? What value should come in the next part? Null should come. Why null should come? Why null should come? Do we put null because it's the first node or it's the last node? We put null because it's the last node. Okay, we never put in a singly linked list null in the first node. We put it in the last node. Okay, so in this case, it's the first node also and the last node also. Okay, please let me know if you are not understanding anything. Interrupt me. Please let me know if you all don't get what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, so here you're going to put in the next step, you're going to say T arrow link is equal to null. Okay. This is just for reference I'm writing on. This is not the proper program. You will have to modify it. You will have to modify it. Okay. So here it will come, null will come. T arrow link is equal to null. Okay. Because of this. Now, is it done? Is your push function done? Anything else is remaining? I'll keep this open. Just think and tell me. So as of now, what you have done, till now what you have done, I'll show you in the array. Okay, this is the array part what you have done. Till now what you have done is you have put the value here, 10. I wanted to push the value 10. So 10 is gone in this case it's gone in the node. If you are doing an array, it had gone in the array. What else is remaining now? Look at this diagram and understand. What else is remaining? What else is remaining? Yeah, Rafat, why you're saying top equal to temp? Can you tell me why you're saying top equal to temp? That is correct. What you're saying, top equal to temp or top equal to T. Why you need to do that? Rafat, it's correct what you have said. Why you need to do that? Rafat, are you there? All of you are correct what you are saying. Top equal to T. Because it point to the first node and it's not empty. Yeah, basically what should happen, see, here, in this case, see, right now you are in this situation, okay? Right now you are in this situation. 10 is got stored in the array, okay? Is top pointing to 0? Is top there at 0? No, okay? Top is not there at 0. But what we had said when we were doing push and all, the top should always be pointing where the element is there, okay? Topmost element. So in this case also, right now initial value of top is null, okay? Is not pointing to this node. So we need to make this top point to this address 5600. How to do that? The way to do that is like your friends have told here, okay? Like all these reasons are correct. Like Marisa says it's a local variable, T is a local variable, okay? So whatever is done is not lost, like Rawdon says. And Rufus says it's the first node and not empty. Okay, Gauravi also says it's not empty. Okay, so basically what you need to do is, since your stack is now no longer empty, you need to make this top point to this first node. Okay, so the way to do that is like you all have correctly said, you will say top equal to T. Okay, it became capitals. top equal to T. Okay, so this line is like you have correctly said, T is a local variable. Okay, so the moment we exit this function, this variable will get deleted. So in order for that not to happen, and the second reason is just stack is no longer empty. Okay, if it is no longer empty, who should be pointing here? Top should be pointing. Okay, so for all these reasons that you have just mentioned correctly, top should be pointing here. So for that we do this. Okay, the moment you do that, two pointers will be present here, top and T, both will be there. Okay, so this is what will happen. So this is how you have pushed one value onto the stack. Okay, now you are implementing a stack using a linked list. So you have basically stored a value in a node. Okay, so you are not using an array, you are putting it in a node. Okay, so this is how you do it. Right? So right now this is your position in an array. Top is at index 0 and top is at this address. Okay. If you are getting, is this helping you if I show the array, or should I delete that array part? Just let me know. The array part actually is not needed. I was just keeping it to show simultaneously if we were doing using an array, what happens. Does it help you, or should I remove that part? I hope it's not confusing you. It's okay if that we show in both the sides, or should I delete the array part? Let me know first quickly. This part should I delete? We don't need this part because we are doing stacks using linked list. Yes, students, I'm not getting any answer. Okay, fine. We'll keep it then. Okay. Now, suppose I want to push the next value. Okay, I want to push the next value. Push 20. Okay. So if I exit this function the first time, obviously T gets deleted. I've told you why T gets deleted previously. Okay. But T is a local variable. Local variables do not remain, but top is a global variable, so top will remain. Okay. So now second time I want to push this value 20. Okay. So let's see how this 20 gets pushed onto the stack. Okay. So now top is no longer null. What is the value of top? Can any of the diploma students tell me what is the value of top? If you have seen the program on single linked list, you should be able to tell me. What is the value of top? Shubham? This is your node. So what is the value of top now? Yeah, Shubham, you're there?
So you scroll down the chats.
So they have typed it. You have typed it? Okay, fine, fine. Okay, I can't see that. Okay, sorry. Okay, 5,600. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. I thought it auto scrolls. Okay, fine. Yeah, okay. Chat does not auto scroll. Okay, fine. Okay. Now I want to push this value 20. Okay. So again, let's go through this process again. Okay. So again, I just want you all to, so that you all get clear in your minds what is happening. Please tell me the answers again. You all have told me just now previously, but let's do it again. Okay. Quickly now. Let's do it at a faster pace. What is the first step? The steps are written also here. What will be the first space? What will be the first step? Sorry. What is the first step? I want to push the value 20. So what will be the first step? Look here, it's written. What's the first step? Please type. You're going to allocate the memory. Okay. Please type. Don't be lazy. So we are going to allocate a memory. Okay. So this is a memory. Who will be pointing to this memory? Which pointer is pointing to the memory? T. Okay. T is pointing to the memory. So here we are going to have T. Okay. Okay. Then we continue. Okay. Next we're going to take input. So now we're going to take your input as 20. So num will be 20. Then we're going to say t arrow data equal to 20. So this will be 20 here. Okay. Now should null come here? Now in our next step it says t arrow link equal to null. Should null come there? Till here, these first three steps everyone has understood. First step, I allocated memory for a node. Okay. Second step, I took input, store it in a num variable. In the third step, I put 20 in the node. Okay. Now, in the fourth step, should null come here? Okay. Why I'm drawing this on top here 20 is because we learned stacks like that. Okay. We learned that 20 comes on top of 10. So therefore, I've drawn this node on top. Okay. Okay, I hope you all are not getting confused that way. Because this 20 comes on top in an array. So in the same way, I've drawn the node also on top. Okay, please don't get confused. So tell me, will it be null? Will this node will be null? This one, will it be null? Okay, Nadia says it should not be null. Okay. Chinmay also says it should not be null. Okay. Okay, let me ask the people who are saying it's null, it should be null, why they are saying it's null first. Then I'll come to Nadia and Chinmay. Okay. So, yeah, so Vadiraj, can you tell me why you're saying it should be null? Why should this node pointed by T should be, the next part should be null? Okay, here it is actually not linked because it should be next. Yeah? Because I wrote here next. Okay. So why this next part should be null? Because it's the last node. Okay. Gauravi also said it's the last node. Okay. Now let's come to Chinmay and Nadia. Nadia, why you say it should not be null and it should be T arrow link equal to top?
So because there is nothing pointing to the previous node.
Because there's nothing pointing to the previous node. Chinmay, why you are saying that it should be not null?
Yeah, we can't traverse backwards in a linked list. So if we do it null, then we can't, like, the whole point of stacks will be, it's like last in first out will be not happening there.
Okay, so it's not happening there. Okay, so let me try to show you what is happening here. Okay, you all are correct. Both of you are correct. Chinmay and Nadia is correct. Okay, and if anyone else was agreeing with that, they are also correct. But the ones who said that this should be null. Okay, let's see why. If we put null here, what happens? If I put null here, okay, if I put null here according to the step that we had, okay, and then we say top equal to T. Okay, so that means what will happen? Top equal to T means this top will get shifted from here, it will come here. Okay. Now, are we having a single linked list? According to this two, I did both these of the steps. Okay, I made the next part null here, and then I made top equal to T. So are we having a single linked list now? This should be a single linked list now. Okay, this should be a single linked list right now. Is it a single linked list? Is it looking like a single linked list? Are the nodes linked? No. Okay, the nodes are not linked. So what all of you mentioned that this should be null, okay, is not proper. Okay, so let me just change it back to how it was. Okay, so it was like this previously. Okay, now can you tell me what should come here for the nodes to get joined? Now see, just look at this from this perspective. Okay, look at this array. 20, okay, is on top of 10. Okay, here also I've drawn it in the same way, so it is easier for you to understand. Now this node 20, is it the first node or is it the last node? Remember now how stacks are operating. Okay, stacks are operating only at one end. What is that end known as? Top. Okay, now in this, where top is pointing to 20, is 20 the last element of the stack or is it the first element of the stack? Think for yourselves. This 20 where top is pointing in an array. Now this is your array. Okay, who is the last element? Is 10 the last element or 20 the last element? Who is the last, 10 or 20? When you look at this your array, who is last? All are agreeing it's 10. All are agreeing it's 10. 10 is last. Okay, 10 is last. Now look at this diagram of yours. Okay, this is the linked list. If 10 is last, look at 10 and look at 20. 10 is last. Okay, this is a single linked list. We are doing single linked list. If 10 is last node of your single linked list, what should be the next part? Null. Okay, right? If this is the last node, 10 is the last node. Okay, like you all have just told me. What should be in the next part? Null. Is it null? Yes, it is null. Okay, because this is the last node. Now I want 20 is the first. Okay, like you can see here in the diagram, 20 is the top, is the first, and this is the last. If this is the first, now this is the first node. Okay, 20. Although I've created it, when you are creating in your program, this is created in the second in time, but which is the topmost node is 20. Okay, now if this is your topmost node and I want a link to be formed between this node pointed by T and this node pointed by top, what should come here? What should come in the next part of T if I want a link to form between this node and this node? What should come here in the link part of T? In the link part of T, what should come? Address should be 5600, right? Address will be 5600. And the programming for that is what? T arrow next equal to top. Correct? Are you getting, everyone? Anyone has not understood what I'm trying to tell? So this is just, that is what I'm trying to show you with the array. 20 is on top of 10. Okay? So 20 is on top of 10. So for a link to form here between these two nodes, here what should come? 5600. Okay? When I get at 5600 here, that means I have here two conditions. Okay? So here I will have two conditions when I'm doing push. So let me write here first, then we'll discuss the two conditions. T arrow next equal to top, we are saying here. If I want 5600 to come here, then I'm going to say T arrow next equal to top, this one. Then this 5600 comes here, and then we are getting this link like this, okay, from here to here. Okay, I'm not able to show you properly here. Let me just show you. Basically, something like this will be happening. Okay. This link is forming like this. Okay, from here to here. Okay. Like this, the link is happening to this node. Okay, like this. Okay, so that is this programming. Now, can you tell me what will be the condition here? When it should be null, or which node it will be null here? What condition you will put here? Obviously, you cannot run this program like this. You cannot have both these statements executing. This will execute only at one particular time. When is that particular time? Can you tell me? Can anyone tell me? When will this line execute? And when will this line execute? Okay, so this T arrow next equal to null executes only when you're creating the first node. Okay, when you're creating the first node for your stack. Okay, When you're creating the first node for your stack, what is the value of top? Like Vadiraj says, when you're creating the first node for your stack, the value of top is equal to null. Okay, value of top is equal to null. This line here will be executed only if top is equal to null. Okay, this line here, this one will be executed only if top is equal to null. Otherwise, in all other times, you will execute this. Okay, so for all other nodes, you will execute this line. Clear? Is it okay? So if top is null, you will make the next part also null, like you did here. Okay, otherwise what you will do, you will give the address of this node to this, like here, and you will get the link like this. Okay, so once you get the link like that, is your job done? Is your job done here? What remains? Is your job done? Once you have got a link, now you have got a link between this node and this node. Is your job done in the program, or you need to do something else? What do you need to do? Let me ask someone. Okay. Kaushik, what do you need to do here? What else remains? Look at this diagram. See, once I put 20 here, what is happening? Top is pointing to 20. In this diagram, is it happening? Is it happening in that diagram? In the linked list part? Is top there at this node? Is top there at this node? Okay, top is not there at that node. So what you need to do? Set the top equal to t. So basically 20 you are pushing for the second time, right? So 20 will be your new top of the stack. Okay, so you're going to have 20 as your top of the stack. So you're going to shift at top from there. So for that, the programming is top equal to t. Top will come here. Are you getting how it works? Everyone? Is it okay? All 52 of you? Please let me know. I'm getting only 3-4 students who are, otherwise others are just putting the mobiles on and sitting and watching TV. Okay, fine. So now if I wanted to push 30, okay, so let's run it and see it quickly now whether the push works properly. Okay, so push 30. So obviously in an array, if you're pushing 30, 30 will come here and top will come here. Okay, this is your array. If this was your arrays you are doing. Okay, in a linked list, what will happen? Let's do it quickly, and now we'll see if your code is correct. If your code is correct, then it will work like correctly for all how many nodes we want to enter. Okay, so let me just run you one more example and check. Okay, so first you're going to allocate memory for a node. So you're going to create a node. Let me create that node here. Okay, it's pointed by P. Okay, so right now no data is there. Okay, this address was say 7,000. Okay, this is your current stack. There is 10 and there is 20, and 20 is your top of the stack. Now I want to push 30. So now I've stored the data in here. So this is now is equal to 30. Okay. Then I store in the data part of T 30. Okay. Then I check if top is null. Okay, so when I check top is not null, so I will go to the else part and I will say T arrow next equal to top. So when I say that, I will get here 7,000. I do that, so that means a link is getting formed. So you get some link like this. link is getting formed from this node to this node. And then what I say, top equal to T. So top will get shifted from here and top will come here. Okay, getting it? So you saw how your code is working. The code, now this is the code which you all have discussed. Okay, you all, I have just helped you in writing it properly. Okay, can you see how I inserted 30 now? Push 30. So this is how you are going to implement using push function in stacks. Okay, using linked list. So this is how you are basically creating a single linked list. Okay, and you're creating the nodes. And as many times you're going to push the data, that many times you're going to create the nodes, and you keep making top point to the topmost element. Okay, so this is the way you're going to do it. Basic idea. Is it okay, everyone? You can't check for overflow as such, Vadiraj. Okay, because you can keep allocating memory for a node as long as you are having memory in your hard disk. If you want to check for overflow condition, you will have to check here when you're doing the malloc. Okay, so if suppose your hard disk runs out of space, then your T will be having null value because your malloc will be not be able to allocate memory. Okay, it won't give any address to T. Instead of giving address to T, it will give value to T as null. So here you can check if T is equal to null, then you have to not execute this remaining code. Okay, but normally when we are checking, when you are doing the push functions and in linked list and pop functions, we don't check for this overflow and underflow. Overflow at least will not happen. But nowadays our hard disks are having too much of storage. So I don't think any such a situation will come when in our normal programming. Okay, when you are doing practicals and all. But if you want to check, the only way to check for overflow is when this allocation of memory happens. And you will check for that condition that T is null or not null. If T is null, then that means you cannot proceed with doing the push because you are not having memory. T is null means your computer is unable to give you memory for the node. That way you can check. Yes, correct. You won't have overflow till your memory, till you are having hard disk memory, till you are able to allocate memory. Okay, that's why we are using linked list. That's why we are saying linked list is better than arrays because arrays are fixed size. Okay, is it okay? Everyone understood push? Okay, this is what basically you will have to write this program later on. Okay, which I will check this program. So this is what you are doing in push. Okay. So similarly, now if you want to do pop, what will you do? Pop. Okay. Let me write the code here for pop. Let's finish that. What are you going to do for pop? Same now. Okay. Take the same example that we have already pushed 3 values. If you are going to pop now, this what value is going to get popped now? Which value get popped? Swizzle. Okay, Sanket has answered. So obviously, whichever value is the top of the stack, which is the top of the stack? This one, 30. Okay, so that will get popped. Now, what are the pop instructions? Let's see what you can tell for pop now. Okay, so when you're popping in, yeah.
Sir, so you said stack is last in first out, no? And so you told that that 10 is the last element.
Yes.
So sir, like, so the last should now come out first, no? So last, if you are saying 10, then first out should be 10.
No. You have understood it wrong. Last in, first out. Okay. Now look here. This is your push that we have done. We have done your push.
Okay.
When you have done this push, which is your last element that went in the stack?
30.
30. So this is the last which went in the stack. 30. So last one comes out first.
Okay, okay.
Here you don't look at this diagram and get confused. This is in a linked list, this is the last element. According to the concept of linked list, this is the last element, therefore it is null here. Okay. But in a stack, when you have done the pushing, we have done like this, no? First we have pushed 10, then 20, then 30. So who is your last one which had gone inside is 30. So that is the one which is coming out first. Okay. Okay, Shubha?
Yes, sir.
Is it okay? Okay, so now if you are going to delete this 30 in an array, when we are deleting, what we would have done? We have deleted this 30 and made top come here. Okay, and the same thing we want to do in linked list. So can you tell me the steps? What will be the first step? I want to remove this 30. What will be the first step? Should I store it in a variable? Directly we are going to say free top, Gauravi. Are we not going to remove the 30 and display that value? Let's remove that 30. Okay, we can directly do free top actually, but we can always first show what element we are popping, no, so that we understand. Tomorrow when we run the program, we need to show what element that got popped. Okay, so what we'll do, first step, okay, in the first step we'll retrieve this value and store it in some variable. Okay, so you can say store the data in some variable num. Okay, so you will store that in some variable num. So here it will become num equal to say 30. Okay, then you can say print that data, print num. Okay, print that value num. So basically you want to show what value you are popping. Okay, so here it will get displayed that the data that is getting popped is 30. After that, what you can do, once you have deleted this, what will be the next step? I have now removed this data. Okay, I removed this data, and basically I have not removed it, meaning I have stored that data in the variable now. Okay, and I have printed that 30 is getting popped. Then what will be my next step? Okay, can I just want Rafat, Gauravi and Vadiraj not to answer. Anyone else besides this? From the start of the lecture only, and I'm saying only these names. There is 52 of you all. Rowden, top equal to top arrow link. Why? Why? Correct. Why? Top equal to top arrow link is correct. But why you need to do it? Can you tell the class why you need to do that?
So that you don't break the chain.
So that you don't break the chain. Okay, correct. So let me show you now. Here see, when 30 was there, okay, basically it's not exact answer, but okay, you're correct. See, when 30 was there, now after I delete 30, okay, so what I need to do with top, here nothing is there, no? So basically what I need to do after 30 is deleted, top is pointing to the topmost element, which is the topmost element 20. So what Rowden says is, since we are going to delete this, okay, this will no longer be there, this node. So where should be top? Top should be at 20, like I've shown here. So top should come here. Now top is going to come there. What is the code for it? Is like how Rafat and Rowden has said. Top equal to top arrow link. So if you are going to delete this node, before doing the actual deletion, you shift top. Okay, so you will shift top by doing something like this. Top equal to top arrow link. Okay, or next. In my case, since I have taken next here, in the struct I have taken next, I'm going to say top equal to top arrow next. So what will happen? These both will get shifted. Top will come here and this will come here. So basically top is come here to this node because of this line, top equal to top arrow next. Now I have shifted my top. What is left now? Only one step remains. What is that? Okay. What is the step that remains? Is my node got deleted? Has this node got deleted? Has this node got deleted? If I want to delete that node, what I need to do? Rafat and Vadiraj, wait. Yeah, Ivan, correct. Free. You need to free that memory. Jaden, yes, you need to free the memory. So you're going to free that memory. How do you free that memory? What's the code for that? Freeing the memory. What's the code for freeing the memory? How we free? What's the function provided for you? Free top. Now can I say free top? Can I say free top? Leo, can I say free top? Can I say free T? What we missed in this step? These are the steps we have written. Before doing this shifting, what did we miss? What we should have done? Can I say free top here? If I say free top, which node will get deleted? Just tell me. For just, if I say in this diagram currently, in the current diagram, if I say free top, will 30 get deleted or 20 get deleted? 20 will get deleted, right? In the current diagram, if I say free top, 20 will get deleted. So obviously I cannot say free top. Okay. Can I say free T or free temp? Can I say? In the present diagram, can I say? Can I say in this the present diagram? No, because I'm not having in T or temp pointing to the nodes. So before I shift this pointer, what I need to do? Okay, like Luke said and Rodden says, okay, I need to say T equal to top. So before I do this step, when top was here on top, pointing to 30, before I actually shift at top, I need to say, like how Ronan and Luke and all says, and Rodden says, I need to say T equal to top. So basically I need to say T equal to top here. Okay. When I say that, so that means T will be pointing here. Okay. Then next step I say top equal to top arrow next. So that will, what will happen? It will bring top down. Okay, so basically top will come down here. Top will come down. Now, after top has come down, now what I can say? To finally delete this 30, now what can I say? To finally delete 30, I can say free, which pointer? T. Okay, so I can say free T. So here it will be free T. So here what will happen? This node gets deleted. Okay, this node gets deleted. So basically nothing remains here. Okay. Okay. So this is how your stack works. Clear? So again, if you trace this, again the same thing will happen. Top will come down, T will be here, and then you can delete 20. Okay. So again, to check for an underflow here is quite difficult. Okay. But you can still check for an underflow. Okay. If you are checking for an underflow, can anyone think and tell me how will you check for underflow? In an array, when you're checking for underflow, what you will check for? In an array, when you're doing stacks using arrays, when you're checking for underflow, what is the value of top? When you're when nothing is there in the stack, what will be the value of top? -1. Okay. Now same thing in a linked list. If you're checking for an underflow, what will be the value of top? Top will be equal to null. Okay. So top will be equal to null. Correct. So you can check for that. You can write the underflow condition. Okay. I have not written. You can write it. So is it okay? Everyone has understood how it works. Okay. So basically, as you can see, you guys have only told me the program. Okay, I've just tried to put it in diagram form. What you showed me, you told me. Okay, so is it okay, everyone? Will you all be able to write this program? All 50 of you all who are present. Okay, please write this program on your books. Okay, so you all are going to have. So Vadiraj has a question. For storing the number to be popped, if we display the number is data, you can, yes, you can do that directly. Okay. Now there is one cheat here, okay, which you all can do, which I think Vadiraj knows, and maybe some of you all know. Okay. So I'll just share it with you. So here, okay, when you're taking the input, when you want to take the input for a data, okay, instead of declaring one variable here, okay, like for example, when you're in this code that I've discussed here, you would have to first declare one variable here, int num. Okay, then you would have to say printf whatever, enter data. Okay, I'm not writing the entire thing. You would say printf enter data. Then you would have said scanf. Then you would have said %t %, and you would have said here num. Okay, for this step here, take the input. So you would have to do something like this. Okay, now not written everything properly, but something like this you would have done. Okay, for this, and then you would have said t arrow data equal to num. Okay, now this is correct. It's not wrong if you do like this, but there's a direct way of doing this. Okay, so instead of declaring a variable, you can just do something like this. Okay, I'm showing a shortcut. What you could have done is, no need to declare this variable. Okay, no need to declare this variable. You can say printf enter the data. Let me just put a double quotes. Okay, and instead of having a variable here num, okay, you could directly put here where you want the data to be stored. You want the data to be stored in t arrow data. So you could have said here t arrow data directly. Okay, instead of putting this, there's no need for this step also. You would have said printf enter the data, and you would have said t arrow data. So directly the data gets stored in the node part here. Okay, so there's no need to declare one variable like this and then do this step. Okay, there's a shorter way of doing the thing is you can directly store the data in the data part like this by using the pointer and the programming like this. Okay, so if you all want to do that shortcut, you can do that. Otherwise, it's fine if you take the long cut also. Okay, while displaying the data also, while popping also, you can do the same thing. Instead of storing the data in num and then printing, you will have your t or top. Okay, whichever pointer is present at the node, you can use that pointer and you can display the data using t arrow data. Okay, directly instead of having a variable num. So when you'll come in the lab, you can try that. Okay, so while doing printf also, you can use like this printf. Suppose they are printing a int data, then it will be like this t arrow data. So it will print the value which is there in the pointed by this t. Okay, it will print the value. So you need not do that extra steps. Okay, so you can directly print, or you can directly take input from the node directly. If you find this confusing, you can go for this other method that we have always been doing. Okay, whichever method you want, both are correct. Okay, any other questions?
So,
Yes.
so just to be clear, so like in the array which you have showed, so what is the last element in the stack?
You tell me.
So like as per me, it is 20.
Okay, correct.
Yes, so so 20 is the last here.
Yes.
Yeah. So like in array implementation of stack, there are no two concepts like the element which is last added and the element which is like last in the stack. But why, sir, in the linked list, there are like two different last, like one last is which is like last which has null, and one
See,
last is which is lastly added.
this what this last is according to your stack, okay? But you're implementing a stack using linked list, okay? So when you're implementing a stack in using your linked list, now when you look at the concept, when you're trying to implement a stack, your topmost element is not the last in a stack, right? It is actually the last, but what you say, when it's getting out, when it's deleting, when you're popping, which will be the last element when you're popping? Okay, when you're popping, the element that had got in first will be the last. Okay, are you getting, Shubham, what I'm trying to tell you? When you're actually popping the value, okay, so when you're storing in a node, when you're storing the values in a node, the element that had entered first, the element that had entered first gets out last. Okay, try to remember that when you're doing the linked list version of stacks. The element, try to remember like this. Okay, please write it down, everyone also. The element that had got in first, okay, here you can see this had got in first, okay, is getting deleted last. So since it's getting deleted last, here it will be null. Remember like that, then you will not get confused. Okay, this had got in first, but will be deleted last, will be popped last. So since it will be popped last, okay, so in this single linked list, because it is the last, this next part has to be null. Is it okay? Can you remember like that? Then it will become easier for you.
Yes, yes.
So the first, try to, instead of, now you just invert that same thing, last in, first out now. So try to remember it as first in, last out. Same thing it is, I'm telling you in different way. First fellow to come in is the last fellow to go out, the last data. And you will be able to understand it like that. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Just
I get it.
if you think about it, what we have told you is